Hey guys, this is Overkill 420 here, giving you an update for the grow room. It's been a while, and that's the bug zapper. But anyways, let's get on with this thing. So this is our update. It's not completed yet. We still got a little while to go. Obviously you guys know what all this is for. 220 lighting. I did not go with the Sentinel lighting setup because I didn't want to get to that far of a functionality. I prefer to control a lot of this stuff with, timers, but I didn't want, I'm not going to get involved with it, but let's go on. Panel, 220 light timer, fans, and what's that thing called? The scrubber. Regular light, green light. Filtered water, 55-gallon drum. This is what they're going to be feeding on. Obviously, you have your 120 volt plug dedicated. It's switched. Possibly will be timered because this is going to be automatically feeding the plants. 2 hours after, probably about 4 hours after the lights come on. Maybe 2 hours, not too sure yet. So that outlet's just a regular outlet for all the other stuff. The CO2 Sentinel, computer timer, whatever you want to call it. The pH bluelab and everything like that. Doser / temperature sensor to keep to monitor how cold the water is or how warm it is. You guys notice this is from last, well, maybe you did not. You guys never seen that. That's the pipe that's actually going to be going into the other room. It's actually going to come from over here all the way up to the back corner. Probably stopped right here. And then basically my pump hose will be just a quick disconnect into that. That's it. Easy type of thing to do. I will be, let's see here. I will be, there was a change here. I'll be probably pulling this off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a valve here. So what I can do is when I want to flush my system out, I can. Now, people are going to say, well, stuff's going to sit in there. Old, nutrients is going to sit in there and stuff like that. I'm going to have that pitched down just a slight so all the water will fall back down. And then here's the room. We'll get to that in a minute. Then this one is coming down, slight pitch. And then what's going to happen is this right here, this right here is where the line's going to be. You're going to have rows of 4. Okay. All the way down. I believe it's 10 and 4, which is also obviously is 40. If I go with the 3-gallon pots, I can go with 88. I'm not doing that, so I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it yet, but we'll figure that out later on. But that's how it's going to be. This is going to have its own valve here. This valve here will be always on. I'll have a bypass, so one will come here, and then the other valve that will be here will feed this side. The reason why I'm separating them is because then I don't have to monitor one side. I don't have to go over here and look all the time. I can just monitor one side, make sure everything's nice and watered, and then turn this side on and make sure this is nice and watered. Now you guys are probably going to say, well, it's not going to be automatic or cruise control if you have to turn valves. Well, talking about electric valves. So the electric valves, I can pull the power from there. It's not a big deal. Pull power from there, put a little timer right there. And that timer will interact with this timer, because this is actually to turn the pump on, because my plan was to be in here to water. And maybe the first time I might not do all this. I might get it all installed, but I'll probably be in here monitoring to see how everything does. But this outlet here is actually for the dehumidifier. Now, it doesn't matter. This is 120, 120. I can pull all this, and basically I can take power from here for my valves. It's not a big deal. I don't have to pull it from this outlet because this isn't dedicated, because it was in the future where I was going to take this and put a 220. And that's an easy fix in the panel. Just pull the panel apart, take the 2 wires, or take the neutral off, and take the neutral and put it on a 220 breaker. I can do that if I need to, but it's right now 120 because I have a 120 dehumidifier. These pipes, you guys never seen before. These are drains. They're not set yet. They're underneath the floor, but they're not set. I still got to put the hangers on them and stuff like that, get them chopped down, get the fittings on there, and then everything just plugs straight in. They drain away. Same thing with this side. This side is different though. The first thought was to put pumps in each tub to pump the water out, but I ended up getting those pumps in the mail. Piece of shit, not gonna even bother with them. So I have another idea. So what I'm gonna do, this area right here, from the edge here to about right here, it starts climbing up, okay? Water, basically, if you look, you can see how it gets thin right there, and then it gets bigger, 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 bigger. So this is all coming downhill. Water is just gonna run here and go out the drain. We're gonna bore a hole center, or just a little off center, and then basically water will drain going out gravity fed only. The reason why I didn't put drains in here is because the pots and everything are going to block everything. I didn't want that. I want water gone. So these things will have leaf catchers and stuff in them, kind of like a pool drain, or not the drain, leaf catcher or whatever it is. Just a little different. This is all going to be tiled, white tiled, with 3/16 grout joint with silicone grout. It's all waterproofed. It's got 3 layers of red guard on it, and tile is possibly going to go up too high. Obviously, we're never going to get this much water in here. It's not going to happen. But what we're going to do is we're going to bring the tile up probably one more. Probably, 2 feet above the wall, all the way around, going this way too. Same thing. We red guarded this, it didn't need to be, but we did it anyways. And there's a reason why I did this too, is I don't get bugs. People might think like I overkilled this thing. I kind of did, but we don't get bugs. I mean, at all. I haven't gotten a bug in here. And also the reason why is because we red guarded the whole entire floor. They can't get in through the red guard. All the walls, obviously on the other videos, you've seen them where it's plastic, it's not plastic, it's plastic barrier, but it also has, it's sheared on the outside, inside, drywalled. It's actually plastic first, shear walled, then drywall. Goes for the ceiling too. Shear wall, or actually plastic shear wall, and then drywall. And so I did that because I wanted a good seal. Now, this is basically what the walls are going to look like. This is a waterproof, mildew-proof, mold-proof paint I put on the wall here. It acts just like Mylar. The ceiling's been done too. We are probably going to put one more coat on the walls, but the ceiling's done. Let's see what else. So let's go. Let's see here. So here we're doing LEDs, and it's going to be a 4-light system. Now we do have enough LEDs here where I can make it a 6-light. I bought an extra one, so I bought 7 total. I just about killed the bank. So one, obviously right there by the outlet, it's supposed to cover a big foot span. It says it's 7 by 6. Don't believe it. I'm just gonna see how they look. I'm gonna take par ratings down here and everything like that. If I'm good, I'm good. And then another one's gonna be over here. Now, their output is 1800 watts per light, okay? But I'm only drawing 340 watts from the wall, each light, okay? So, same thing with this side. Same thing on this side, we'll have 1 and 1 here, so it'll be total 4. They will all 4 will turn on when that timer hits. We're gonna have 4 oscillating fans in here, and there's a possibility that we'll probably put, you know, 1 or maybe 2 fans on the floor here, kind of just to get underneath the canopy, because, you know, plants can get about that tall all the way down. It could go a little taller, but supposedly we're supposed to keep these things about 2 to 3 feet away. Okay, well, I've turned my lights on a couple times already, just to see how hot they get. They don't get that hot at all. I don't think it's gonna hurt because I'll be having oscillating fans, and this air conditioner is insane. It's a mini split, 1-ton unit, and when I turn it on, I swear, dude, I feel the breeze hit this wall and it bounces back. And just remember, this is a 10 by 11 room with 4 foot by 10 foot beds, tubs. These lights are not gonna produce a lot of heat. I've seen people where they've run 4 1000 watts with a 1-ton unit. They've obviously CO2 filled, which is what this room's gonna be, is CO2 filled. It's worked fine. They've gotten their temperatures down. I'll have a scrubber in there. I know that's scrubbing the same air, but my thought purpose on that was to have my scrubber to scrub the air, which is going to clean the air out, and then have the CO2, have it injected into the clean air side and have it dispersed over the canopy. It's a thought. All my controllers will be on this side of the room. We'll see. We'll see how it works. Obviously, we'll be hanging the dead center. We'll try to go dead center. We'll be hanging the CO2 sensor right there so we can get the readings. And then we're still debating on how we're going to do this. If we're going to go here with some plywood, paint it white type of thing, take the covers off actually, and then just get everything butted up against there and be done with it. Get everything nice and tight, because then I can screw and I don't have to worry about going into too much of the drywall. I can just screw on the outside perimeters and put the next sheet on, hide the screws, and then all I have to deal with is this side with screws. And maybe a little bit on this side. But this is all sheared, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Anything where I hang something, it's gonna hold because there's plywood behind there. Plywood up here, plywood over there. It's not going anywhere. So, just about killed myself. Damn. So, anyways, let me take this in the house and we'll, let me put it on pause. All right. So this is the stuff that I bought. There's my Hyperfan 10-inch, 1065 CFM with a 1400 CFM filter, carbon filter with the sock. These are all my lights. I will be doing something on these so you guys can see them. I don't feel like taking them out of the box, but just so everybody sees, just so you guys know, 220, I'll be only pulling 0.9 amps. This right here, 2.1, is off of 120 volts. There's the bluelab injector with the temperature. And then here is the Sentinel. The Sentinel, yeah, whatever you want to call it. Let's see what the CPPM-4i, the CO2 ppm controller, integrated. So that will be all installed on Sunday. So we'll be starting this whole thing relatively quick. So, all right, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. This is an update. Talk to you guys later. And this is Overkill. And please like and subscribe. Please leave your comments on what you guys think. And if you guys have any other ideas what I should do, just let me know. Overkill is out. Oh yeah, one more thing. I'm going to leave you guys some pictures on this video. Basically just going to scroll through a bunch of pictures, about 36 pictures of kind of the whole deal of where I left off before. Of the grow room. So I'll leave you with that. And after that, I'll post another video. Maybe Sunday night, maybe. Don't hold me to that. Talk to you guys later.